This is our Forex blog for June 3rd, 2016, and I'd like to start by showing you the stats. As I've said in the other videos, I've done these the exact same way each week for years, and every day I fix some of the older patterns. So those that I fixed that no longer show up aren't in here, and I also add some new patterns. But it's a good way to compare how the system has progressed over the last 2 years. Friday was one of the better days we've had, probably the top 3 or 4 ever. 944 pips, and the average losers was 5.6 pips. A few really big wins make the average win 31.6 pips. Probably the worst day we've had in a year was Thursday, which ironically, was followed by a really nice trending day. Only made 89.6 pips. You can see there was far more losers than winners, and I also fixed quite a few patterns this day too. So this day was actually a disaster. It's the worst day in probably 2 years. 5.6 pips average loss, but because the average win was 17, even though the winning percentage maybe is 35%, it still eked out a little bit. Wednesday was pretty good, 292 pips, a little bit more than half winning, 6.9 average loss, 21 average win, so 3 times bigger win. Tuesday, 574 pips, really good day, average loss 7.3 pips, and the average win 27, so almost 4 times bigger wins than losses. And Sunday winning percentage was very good, 311 pips, very few and very tiny losses. A couple big wins make the average win 23 pips. That's the key to trading. That's what I focus on. Try to find patterns that I believe will repeat and also work more than they lose. And if they win, they're going to, on average, give you 2 to 3 times more pips when they work versus when they don't. So I'm just going to showcase some of the. Thursday was a pretty lousy day, so I'll just focus on Friday. You can see a nice trend here, pullback. It bought it. It spent some time up near the highs, didn't pull back, and so look for another buy in the Australian dollar. New Zealand dollar, small little or break-even trade here, but mostly trading with the trend. Buy, 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 all wins. Some tiny, some over 50 pips. Euro yen, obviously downtrend. Small little break-even or 4 pip loss here, followed by a 20 plus pip win. Earlier, probably lost 5 or 6 pips. Lost probably 8 or 9, and Thursday night made about 10. Pound dollar, small little win here. It ended the day with a trade that looks like it would have worked. 5 or 6 pip loss there. Win, 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 win. All these add up to probably 40 or 50 pips. 70 or 80 pips. Earlier, 5 pip win here, 40 pip win. Earlier in the day, probably 3 pip loss here. It actually got in that trade here, out here, pretty much break even. Maybe 5 or 6 pip loss here. Nice little win there. 20 or about 40 pip win there. 15 pip loss there. Huge win. The night before, decent sized win. Dollar Swiss, pretty much break even. Earlier in the day, probably lost about 8 or 10 pips there, and then made about 70, and then made about 40. Here's the pound. Made about 10, made about 75, lost probably 8 or 10 there. Probably made 5 or 6 pips on that one. Euro dollar. And when the market's up statistically too much, most of my patterns have rules to make sure it doesn't buy. So when it's on one of these insane days where it just keeps going up, 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 it's going to miss some of the trades at the top. But those trades are very risky, and on most days will, probably 80% of the time lose. That's why you don't see any trades up here at the top. But earlier on in the day, you can see it took 2 trades. One where it lost probably 10 pips and then it made 100 on this one.